Okay, I'm going to put the rear wheel on the Morphous. So I got it all cleaned up in there. And this here video will show you how to put it on. And if you want to see how to take it off, then you just do it in reverse order. And so anyway, so there's your axle and everything there. And here's your wheel. Now you're going to see, I'm going to go ahead and put it on here. I'll pause this and then we'll see how that goes. Okay, there's your wheel is on. Got a little grease on everything I thought needed to be greased. Next thing is this cone spacer. The cone comes out. The big part goes in. Just like that. Okay? Just like that. Alright. Well, the spacer and the wheel's on, and now I'm going to go ahead and put the swing arm on. I put a little grease in there, but you're going to see that this bolt and that one over there bolt way up here and way down there. And there's the axle goes through here. So it's pretty easy. It's definitely easier than the front. Oops, that's backwards. Because, there we go. That's the way. Let's see here. Let me set the camera down. There. There you go. It just works real easy with two hands. Now, I'll go ahead and put my nut on. That's a 22 millimeter. It gets torqued to 91 foot-pounds. And then this goes in. I like this. Yeah. Like I say, I don't make good videos, but at least you got something. And this bolt washer is a 14 millimeter, and it gets torqued to, I think it's 40 foot-pounds. Yeah, okay, I got the swing arm on, and torque down. So the next thing is the brake hose cover, which is this thing. It goes in here. and brake hoses and everything will be covered up. Keeps them away from the muffler, I suppose. Yes, so let's see what happens with that. I think there's 3 screws. One here, and one of these over here. So, okay. Let's see what happens. Okay, there you go. I got the brake hose cover on. 3 bolts. 10 millimeter, 7.2 foot-pounds of torque, if that matters. Once again, the two, that hold down the front of the swing arm, a 14 millimeter, and they torque down to 41 pounds, and the axle nut, the 22 millimeter, and it torques down to 97 foot-pounds. And of course, like I told you, I'm old, so I didn't use the torque wrench. I just got as tight as I could get it, because I can't pull 97 anyway. So yeah, that's what I did. And let's see, the next thing is, oh yeah, it's going to be this. Gets bolted back in here somewhere. So we'll be putting the brake on. So I'll be back in a minute. Well, there was your brake line holder here. And this clip has a little finger that sticks out and goes into a little hole to keep this from turning. And then this nut, this bolt, this is a 10 millimeter, 7.2 foot-pounds. These this one, and this one holds your brake caliper. They're 12 millimeters, 29 foot-pounds. My recommendation would be to put this clip on first. Then you can put this on, this cover. Makes it a lot easier. Then you can do your brake caliper. Because trying to fiddle with that thing from down here, unless you got a stand, was really aggravation to me. Oh. And before I tightened that clip, I put my brake caliper over the rotor. And I'm just sitting there on it. Then you can put everything together and tighten it down. Either way you do it, I would put the brake caliper on there before I attached any of that up. You know, right after the swing arm, I put that brake caliper on there. Let's just sit, you know, make sure your brake shoes are apart and the rotor fits inside the shoes. And then you can put everything else together, whatever order you want. But don't tighten down the brake caliper yet. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what else. Okay, I got all that stuff on, brakes and everything. That's all taken care of. So now I got to put the fender on. Okay, yeah, believe it or not, you got to put the fender on. You got to take it off, put it on. Can't get the tire off with the fender on. So here's what it looks like there and there. So they're 8 millimeters. So I'll tighten that up. Okay. All right. So these fender bolts, one on each side, 10 millimeters. These two are 8 millimeters. Now I'm going to put the shock on. I've got it pulled back here with a zip tie out of the way. Right here. That's a 12 millimeter, I believe. And 453. Here's my schematic that I'm working with. So here it is, it's 20.9 foot-pounds. So let me get that on there. Well, I'm about to wrap it up. I've got everything put together. And now I've got to put the muffler on. And basically that end will slip over the header pipe down there. And then you got 3 bolts, 1, 2, 1 up there. You can see the holes there, 1, 2, 1 down there. That'll hold it, and then that rubber hose goes up and connects onto that nipple. So anyway, I'll do that, and then that should be it. Well, there you go. It's all back together. And I don't have any extra pieces, parts. And I don't have a place to put any screws that I don't have. So I think I came up pretty good. Yeah. So in order to take the rear tire off, you would just kind of like do it backwards. From what I did in this, where I was putting it all back together. There's a lot of little pieces, but it's not hard. It's more time consuming and more pieces than the front wheel, but it's not as frustrating for some reason. Oh, puss. Meet with your approval. Yes, it does. Well, okay, if anybody can make a better video and show this process, I would appreciate you doing it. I'm not very good, never have been, probably never will be, but I'm trying to get something out there for people that want to do some maintenance their own selves. Like I say, it's what was it? $80 for the tire, and it was $20 to mount it. That's $100. However, that's only because I took the wheel off, took it to them. It'd probably cost you $300 if you had them do all this plastic removal and everything. So it's up to y'all. Have a good day.